Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
All right. Thanks so much, Olivia, as always. And welcome back to those of you who have been following this series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if it's your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Now, today's segment shows us the 5 moves to make during your first 30 days for instant credibility. Yesterday, we talked about respect. Now we want credibility. Look, if you're new to the series, I have a clear mission to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. Fact is, people who randomly put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well-meaning, but sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. No matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or maybe you're just unhappily employed, my goal is to help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one with clarity and confidence and strategy, using AI as your job campaign manager. And by the way, if you've missed any of the segments, feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile to watch the replays, or better still, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Get Up and Get a Job. Just go to YouTube, type in Get Up and Get a Job, click the subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or share a video that I believe would be of help to you. So let's get our party started today and see who has made themselves known in the room. First, we have John Werner. Hey, John, glad you're here today. Hi, William and everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm excited for today's session on how to make an immediate impact within the first month of starting a new role. Oh my, on point as always. And who else is making themselves known? Dawn Lewis. Hey, Dawn. So glad that you're here today. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, all. Have a great rest of your day. Well, you too. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. And then Shelly's in the house. Hey, Shelly. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. And let's see another pop-up. Daniel Velez, New York City. Hey, Daniel. Good Wednesday, William and team. Thank you for all of you who are making yourself known. I know that there may be others of you, but I'm glad that you're here. And again, thank you for allowing me to share part of your day with you. All right, let's get to this because I'm excited to talk about it. List 5 quick wins for Mary's first month on the job that build unshakable credibility. Show how each quick win compounds into a reputation that's impossible to ignore, and the move that will earn her manager's trust faster than any other action. Look, when you're going in there, again, we talked yesterday about gaining respect even before we started. Well, now we've started. So now we got to do something, okay? And we want to do something that makes us memorable in the right way. Some of you know my story of my breakout job after I had been unemployed for over a year and a half. And when I went into the interview, I said, I have a theme for our time today. And it is, I'm different, but not strange. And I want to show you how. All right. And let me just tell you, that stuck with me. That stuck with me. My colleagues, my coworkers, we'd be in meetings and they'd say, that's different, but not strange. And so it's one of those things that we got a chance to laugh about but at the same time, it made me memorable in a good way. All righty, so let's talk about how you can do the same, and we'll see what chat comes up with for us today. All righty, chat starts out as usual. Let me ask you something. What if the first 30 days on the job could quietly set Mary apart as the one everyone trusts, relies on, and talks about in leadership meetings in a good way, right? Not by working harder, not by staying later, but by moving smarter. Here are 5 quick wins that don't just make a good impression, they build unshakable credibility that compounds. Number one, fix one pain point nobody has solved. Oh, I like this. I like this already. Week 1 to 2 here. Identify a recurring frustration. In Mary's case, it might be late notices, unclear reporting, duplicate entries, approval delays, and fix it fast. How to execute? Ask, what's the one thing that slows you down every week? Choose one issue. Implement a simple, visible solution. Maybe it's a template. Maybe it's a checklist, automation, workflow tweak, whatever it might be. The compounding effect here, you become known as a problem solver, not a task manager. People start bringing you bigger problems. I got to stop right here for a moment because this is part of how I got into working with small businesses. My success with working with individuals on their careers turned into, well, I'm trying to get more leads for my business. Can you help me with that? And then that turned into, well, can you help me with creating a landing page? Can you help me connect the dots? So once you become known as a problem solver, people believe that you can solve problems. It's just that simple. All righty, let's continue. Leadership sees you as someone who improves systems, not just runs them. And that's a big deal in today's world, especially with the introduction of AI into the marketplace. All right, number 2, create visibility where there was confusion. So weeks 2 and 3, build a simple dashboard or weekly snapshot of ARAP performance. Let me stop for a moment once again. So in the app that I just created, that I'll be telling you guys about soon, one of the things that I did was I built a dashboard. And as I was building the dashboard, I started thinking about other things that I wanted to monitor, other things that needed to be monitored. What if somebody asked me about X? How would I be able to talk to them about X? And so as you go along, the problem sort of unfolds and the solution unfolds as well. All righty. So the dashboard or the weekly snapshot. And although I have a dashboard, I've also built in a report. It's not a weekly report, but it's a daily report on the health of my app. Oh my, I tell you. So here we go. What to include? For Mary, it's going to be aging reports. It's going to be cash flow insights. It's going to be bottlenecks or risks. And quick commentary, here's what matters this week. So Mary can put together her own little briefing or newsletter or email alert that goes out. Here's what matters this week for the team and the stakeholders. The compounding effect, Mary gets to control the narrative. She gets to be the one who says, here's where we need to focus. Man, this is powerful. I hope you're getting this. Mary becomes the source of truth. There's your truth, my truth. No, there's only one truth. Okay. Either we're growing or we're not, right? Either we're standing still or we're moving forward, right? Mary becomes the truth teller. And then executives begin relying on Mary's updates to make decisions. All right, deliver one before you asked when. This is really cool. And when I was in my career, I was an admin. I was an administrative professional. And that was one of the things that my eventually she became a VP, but my director at the time, that's what she really appreciated about me, was that I anticipated what the need would be, what her need would be next. Okay, we're working on X. And so if we do this, then we're probably going to need to do that. Let me get this information together. And so when she came to say, hey, I need whatever, boom, it was already there. And I've learned to use that in my professional life and my personal life as well. And I call it seeing around the corner. All righty. You got to be able to see around the corner what's going to come next. And that's what we're talking about here. So what to do anytime during month one, solve something your manager hasn't even requested yet. And part of this is built in into that reconnaissance that we talked about during the first week. So examples: clean up vendor inconsistencies. Again, this is all applicable to Mary, but you're going to take this prompt and you're going to plug in your information so you can get answers for you. Identify missed revenue or overpayments. And yes, even if you're not working yet, you can run a scenario. Create a scenario for chat and let it help you to see around the corner of what might be issues that might be relevant to where you are, where you're going. All right. Suggest a faster reconciliation process. Now, I got to tell you, with that one, I once worked for a guy, and Dewey Thomas, God rest his soul, brilliant man, also a New Yorker, but he went to Harvard. And long story short, both he and his wife interviewed me. His wife had her own business, and she interviewed me, but he had found me. I was actually in one of his classes over at Howard University, and went through the small business development program. And long story short, we had lunch. That was my interview. Okay, I passed, and he said, now, and he told me, he said, now, my wife wants to interview you because I've said a lot of great things about you, but I'm just going to tell you now, when she offers you a job, you're going to turn her down because you're going to work for me. And I did just that. I went, I interviewed. She loved me. She wanted me to work for her, but unfortunately, or I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I worked for him. But I say that to lead up to this. But he was the type of guy who did not want to see the suggestions. Okay. I would come in. I mean, I did my job well. He was so happy. He was pleased. But then I would say, we could do this better. There's a better way. And he didn't want that. But let me just tell you, when he decided to retire, he offered to sell me the business. Huh? Just telling you, these things work. All right. The compounding effect. You shift from employee to strategic thinker. Your manager stops checking on you, okay, and starts trusting you, because when you can show that you have the business at heart, the good of the business at heart, it changes the whole paradigm. I mean, and then think about it. You versus the other X number of people who work for the company. And I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm not saying that at all. But when you can show, when you can stand out, when you can differentiate yourself to say, hey, I come here to actually make this a better place, not just from the cultural standpoint, but from a business standpoint. I can make a business case for why I should be in this position or above because of the things that I'm doing to help the company go and grow. All righty. And then here we go. You earn autonomy easily. This is gold. And it really is. It really is. All right. Strengthen. Oh, wow. We're on 4. And I'm talking like I got all day. Strengthen one cross-functional relationship. So week 2 to 4, partner with one key department: sales, ops, finance, or procurement. How to execute, schedule a 15-minute. How can I make your life easier conversation? Because you have your internal customers as well as your external customers. And so with your internal customers, it can be in within your department, or it can be interdepartmental, people in departments that you work with that depend upon the work that you do to do their work. And when you go and you say, hey, how can we make things easier for you guys over there in finance? How can we make things easier for you guys over there in operations, et cetera, et cetera? Man, you listen for friction points tied to what you do and then solve one issue for them. Just one. Just one. All right, compounding effect. You become known beyond your department. And I have had that experience. People advocate for you in rooms you're not in, and you build political capital without playing politics. Hate playing politics. I do. I do. And I know in some places it's part of the culture, and that's why I can't work there. Okay. But I can tell you this, in one of the places where I worked, large 2,000 employees across the country, my nickname was the mayor. Huh? Yes, that God's honest truth. That was my nickname. They called me the mayor. Why? Because I worked not just the room, but I worked the company. I was known throughout the company. All righty. Standardize one process that was tribal knowledge, what to do week 3 to 4. And for those of you who are saying, but William, you're outgoing, you're that A personality, I'm more laid back. I'm not really, one to move around and talk to people. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, what to do weeks 3 and 4. Document and improve a process that only exists in someone's head. Oh my goodness, this is good. So examples, invoice approval flow, vendor onboarding or payment reconciliation steps. The deliverable, clean SOP, standard operating procedures. I had to do this for ministry that a couple of ministries that I participate in my church. And as we came through the beginning of the year, one of the mandates from our chief ministry officer was that we institute SOPs for each of the ministries. And as it relates to me being a team leader in one of them, I created SOPs for my team for the project that we're working on. And can I tell you, it is extremely helpful and admirable. All righty. Excuse me. Bonus, short Loom video walkthrough. And it just so happens I created the Loom video to walk them through how the thing would work. Oh my goodness. Can't make this stuff up. All right, compounding effect. You reduce errors and dependency on individuals. You position yourself as a builder of scalable systems, and leadership sees you as promotion ready, not just reliable. And can I just say on that point is that this takes you to a place where you're not having to ask for a promotion. Let me say that again. This positions you in a way that you don't have to ask for a promotion. Promotions are offered to you. And this is exactly what I have experienced. So here we go. I talk about the move that builds trust faster than anything else. This is the secret sauce. This is good stuff right here. I haven't seen it, but I already know what it should be saying. So let's look at it together. Send a weekly no surprises update. That's something I built into my SOPs every single week. All right. Simple format. Here's what's working. Here's what needs attention. Here's what's coming. And here's where I need input. This changes everything because your manager will never have to chase you for updates. And let me just tell you, it's one thing for your manager to come to you and say, I need this, I need this, I need this. It's another thing for you to say, hey, I've got this, and I've got this. Did you hear the difference? One puts pressure on you, one relieves stress, and here we go. Again, gives you that feeling of autonomy. All righty. Problems are surfaced early, no surprises, high trust. You demonstrate ownership, awareness, and leadership. This is the move. It's kind of like one of the other things that I suggest, and we may talk about this in another segment, is, a matter of fact, I talk about it in my my 90-day plan. in my 90-day plan, we didn't cover it the other day when we covered that, but in my template that I use when I'm working with my private clients, in my 90-day plan, one of the things that I include, it's those big words that stump me sometimes, that I include in each of the 30 days, the 30, the 60, and 90, is a huddle with the manager or the supervisor. A huddle. How many employees go to their managers and say, hey, can we get together at the end of the month to take a look at how things went and what we need to work on? Come on. All righty. You demonstrate ownership, awareness, and leadership. This is the move. Do this consistently, and you'll earn trust faster than people who have been there for years. And let me just say, in some places, you might start to get those daggers in your back. You might get a target on your back. I'm just want to warn you up front. It can happen. And I had it happen. I had it happen from managers. Huh? I mean, I wasn't even a manager, but I had managers that had it out for me. Why? Because they felt I had too much exposure. Oh man, I tell you. Let's bring it home. Mary doesn't need 100 wins. She needs 5 intentional moves done with excellence and visibility. That's how reputations are built. That's how promotions start forming before there's even a role. In fact, in my case, the position was created. Oh my goodness. Okay. Take heart. Help is on the no, help is here. I gotta help chat understand. No, help is here. Stay focused, stay intentional. Now go make yourself impossible to ignore. That part I love. Should have put an exclamation mark behind it, but chat doesn't have feelings. All right. Let me see here. Let's get this. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Kyle, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Oh, let's get this. Let me get this prompt for you guys. And boom, there's the link to the prompt. And put this in the comment section. And let's go. All right, it looks like we had another pop-up. TJ Richardson, hey there. Good morning and happy Wednesday. Glad you were able to make it, TJ. Thanks so much for making yourself known. All righty. Woo. That was a lot. But that was good stuff right there, really. And I'm going to tell you, if you were paying a coach to help you to create this kind of game plan, this is what you would pay hundreds for. I mean, when you look at you compile everything that we've covered just from the beginning of the year, this is easily a $5,000 program. Easily a $5,000 program. And if you're an executive, just because you're an executive, they'll probably charge you $10,000 to do it. Okay, just want to let you know the value of what you guys are getting here is enormous. Share this information with others, please. Let them know about Get Up and Get a Job, the YouTube channel. Tell them to subscribe, like the videos, please. All right, because other people need to hear this. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of your way. Unfortunately, I'm one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, on the internet. And I'm not saying that in a braggadocious kind of way, but I'm telling you this because I see what some of my counterparts are putting out there. I see that some of them have started copying my stuff. Really. But, at the end of the day, what's for me is for me, and I don't worry about that stuff. What do they say? Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? So, yeah, I'm flattered. At the same time, I think that there are people who can really benefit. They're struggling, they're hurting, and they can really benefit from this information. So if you would, please, ma'am, please, sir, share my YouTube channel with as many people as you can, and get them to subscribe and like a few videos here and there. All right, and you do the same. All right, that's it. I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you for joining me today on Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I hope that you are in a safe place and that things are going well for you. If you are out and about, pay attention to your surroundings. Don't be paranoid, but just pay attention. If you see something that seems out of place, say something to someone. Don't take it for granted that someone else is going to do that. But you stay safe. Tomorrow, Thursday, wow, almost the end of the week already. And I look forward to seeing you right here, 12 noon Eastern time, where we're going to do it again a little bit differently, but just as powerful and hopefully impactful for your job campaign. Until then, remember these three things. God loves you. I loves you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.